everyone. We are the Meeting Notes AI team. It's me, Jose, and Sam, and I should have done the order wrong. Anyways, so before I kick off, I just wanted to ask you a question to you guys on YouTube as well. How many of you have been to a meeting? Okay, a couple. So how many of you have been to a bad meeting? All right, kind of the same same amount. So we kind of had the same pain, and we wanted to kind of find a solution, avoid the problem, and that's how we came to our problem statement. So team leads and executives spend an average of kind of 23 hours per week on meetings, which means it's more than 50% of their time. And mostly it's about kind of spending time on bad meetings, which you could avoid with an email as well. So unless you join in, there is no automated way to have a glimpse of like what the meeting was about, what kind of decisions were made, what kind of deadlines were agreed. And also there is no way to see if the meeting went downhill in terms of like people got upset. And also there is no way to have an idea if you could have done something better on the meeting. So there's no way to kind of reach higher efficiency. So, and plus all this is not measurable really. So we wanted to see if we can find a solution. And our objective was to optimize meeting performance by providing a meeting summary and some collaboration insights based on an AI, so using an AI-based product. So you don't have to be there to just listen in. You can just read the summary later when you need it, actually. So we built a MVP, a minimum viable product. Because we were short on time, we wanted to use existing solutions. So we wanted to conjure something together using these. And this is like what you see is basically what we've done. This is how it works. So you basically have a recorded meeting and then you transcribe it with speech to text technologies, and then you get like collaboration insights, meeting summary, and sentiment score from it. And here you can see on the slide kind of existing solutions we used. And now Jose will take you through the technical aspects of the whole thing.
Thank you very much, Lila. Well, as she said, we are going to cover the technical aspect of the product. First of all, we are going to talk about the product architecture. So the product is ready to use any kind of input. Doesn't matter if it's an audio, it doesn't matter if it's a video from Zoom, Teams, or even Google Meetings. It just need a video. So here on the right, you can see a transcript of a real meeting, which we have been using for this demo. The next step is to get the text from the speech. So we were evaluating the possibility of making our own tool to get this transcript. However, we realized that there are a bunch of existing solutions which already provide a really nice result. So we test all of them, and at the end, we went for the Temi product, which provide a really nice accuracy and also an affordable cost. So one of the most important steps in the project is the selection of the rights model. We went to the state of art for the transformers, and we realized that the BART large model is one of the widest used around this for this summarization task. So we select a pre-trained model, pre-trained on a Chien mail dataset, which is a mailing dataset in a company, which makes a lot of sense regarding our purpose. So now my colleague Sam is going to explain the technical aspect of the model.
Yeah, so as Jose mentioned, we use the BART model, which is a combination of the two state-of-the-art language translation model, the BERT and the GPT combined together. And it was a pre-trained model that's trained on the CNN news summary dataset. And we took this pre-trained model and did some fine-tuning on it, mainly by freezing the entire model and unfreeze the very last two layers, and then train on this Samsung dataset, which is a dataset of 16,000 messages of everyday conversations in the summaries. And because the model was already very good, we didn't have to do too much training, and the training statistics looks pretty good as well. So that's the model we use. Now, to give you a summary of our pipeline, we took the text, the original transcript, because it's too big to feed into the model. We have to divide it into several chunks. So we divide it into several overlapping chunks and feed each chunk separately into the model and generate a summary for each of those chunks. Then we concatenate those chunks together to get a single summary. But this summary is still too big, so we did the process once again, feed the summary back into the model. And then we get this summary of summary, and that's what you see at the end. Now, Jose is going to talk about the sentiment analysis we did.
Thank you, Sam. For the sentiment analysis task, we have used a direct pre-trained model, which already provides us with an average sentiment analysis for the whole transcript. But how did we fit this model? We also took small chunks of the book and got a sentiment score for each of one of them. Then we averaged them, and we established a threshold. This is at 65%. If we got a negative result higher than the 55%, the meeting is going to be considered as a negative meeting. Why did we establish this threshold? Because we didn't want it to label a meeting as a negative when it is positive. So here, like, we are trying to avoid this issue. So now we are going to prepare for the demo. We use Streamlit to create a web application, and then we deploy it on AWS. To show it. So now, okay, now we are going to import the file, which is direct, a transcript of the meeting. You saw a piece of it during the presentation. Okay, and now it's loading. It's going to take a while because of AWS, but then here you will see, apart from the summary of summary, which my colleagues Sam have been talking about, but also from the real transcript, you want to check exactly what each participant has told. You could also check the sentiment analysis for the whole transcript and also get some insight, which could be quite useful for the management. Okay, now we are there. So here you can see an interactive dashboard. Here you got the summary of summaries, as you can see. Here you got the whole transcript we have been talking about. On the right here, you got the meeting's sentiment. So the result, the average result is a positive one. And here this is an interactive pie chart where you see each speaker, the percentage of time he has been talking, and also the number of interaction. So here a management staff could check if someone is not participating in the meetings, could check if he only participated one, if it's so small. You can get some insights. If we also try to approach in a different way, we improve the overlapping fraction. Some talk about that. If we increase it, we get a longer summary and we got more information. So finally, the conclusion. Well, for the conclusion, we have a basic one. The first one, we didn't need to reinvent the wheel to add value to our organization, creating a AI-based product. The second one is it's about transfer learning. We found it so useful because we save a lot of time. We got a really nice result in a really short amount of time. And the last one, we were able to deliver some insight for organization, which will help them to assess how their meetings are going, if their culture is getting to the people also. So the next step for this product would be like to implement directly to create a Zoom app to work directly with Zoom. Also to improve our action detection feature. And also, if we get access to a bigger organization, we could try to analyze the social network between not only inside a meeting, but also a department, an area. That's all. So thank you very much.